So today I want to talk about lenses, but not in the way that you've probably seen people talk about lenses before on the YouTubes or maybe in print or something. There's a lot you can talk about when it comes to lenses. You can talk about the brand of lens, the type of lens, manual or automatic, the f-stop, how fast it is, how wide it is, those sort of things. And those are all good and fine. You need to know those. But what I want to talk about is what different focal lengths that you choose for your lens will do to the video you're shooting. This is important to know so that when you are setting up your shots, choosing your location, you set your lighting, you hopefully set your white balance after our last video. You also want to know what lens is going to look best with your subject and the landscape, all of those things. So it's all a complete package. And so today I thought I would go over 3 of my favorite lenses currently, a 19mm, a 30mm, and a 60mm. And just show you the different effects you get when using them, so you can start thinking about how the focal length affects the shots you get. So let's jump over to the cantina and take a look at the lenses. So here we have the 60, the 30, and the 19mm art lens from Sigma for Micro Four Thirds, which is the system that I use. So that was comparing a 19mm, 30mm, and 60mm lens on my Panasonic G7. You should keep in mind that because I'm using a Micro Four Thirds sensor on my Panny, all of the focal lengths are doubled. So it was actually a 38mm, a 60, and a 120. It still gives you the same feeling, which is what I was going for, trying to show you how different focal lengths on the same basic shot will give you a completely different feeling. And that's something you should be thinking about as you go in setting up your shots. Just for reference, the majority of what you see, like right now, I shoot on my 38mm. I know that if you look on YouTube, the majority of the shots you're gonna see are wide angle, 7mm, 10mm, 12mm, and that's fine. I don't like them. It adds distortion and changes the shape of the face, and it just doesn't feel good to me, so I don't use them. The lowest I go is this 38mm normally. But that's completely an aesthetic choice that I make. Nothing wrong with those. So if you want to rock a wide angle, go ahead. Just be ready for there to be distortion introduced and face shapes to be a little different. And if that doesn't bother you, more power to you.